Welcome to Askewed Reviews. Today is day 20 of 25 of our 25 days of Christmas movie reviews, and today's movie is Krampus. As for the trivia question, what other horror movie takes place in the same world as this movie? The answer will be at the end of this video. The story of Krampus centers around a family during Christmas time. The central character, Max, unfortunately has a falling out with his family and wishes for them to all go away. Now, in normal Home Alone fashion, you have to be careful what you wish for. That very evening, a terrible blizzard rolls into town, along with some creepy snowmen, and of course, the Krampus. One of the things that's truly scary about this creature is that he's obviously wearing a Santa Claus mask, and throughout the entire film, we don't really get to see what the monster behind it really looks like. The family in this movie has two choices. Do they either try to keep themselves barricaded inside while keeping the monsters out, or do they try to escape out through the town, which is now dark and covered in a snowstorm? What really makes it bad is not only do they have to deal with the Krampus, but also the minions that he has brought with him, and each and every one of them is horrifying and terrible in their own way. MJ Anthony is great as Max, but I feel even better was the portrayal of Adam Scott and Toni Collette as the parents. They had really good chemistry together and a lot of great scenes. David Koechner and Conchata Ferrell also have great characters in this. They usually do get typecast, but there's a reason for it, is they're really good at playing to those character types. Krista Stadler plays the grandmother in this, and if you're in a horror movie dealing with a fairy tale type horror and you have an elderly person from the old country, you shut up and you listen to them right away. Allison Tolman rounds out the adults in this movie, and she also has some great scenes as well. The other kids in this movie are wonderful to watch and do add a lot to the movie, but I'll be honest, they really are more secondary characters. Krampus does two things that I always appreciate in any horror movie. Number one, making both the inside and outside feel like there's no place that you can be safe. And number two, that no matter whether you're a man, woman, child, or pet, everyone's life is on the line. I'm sure not everyone will agree with me on this, but in my opinion, Krampus is my number one Christmas horror movie. I love the amount of horror, just how creepy everything looks, and the story. So I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 5. And as for the trivia question from the beginning of the episode, what other horror movie takes place in the same world as this movie? You might already know the answer to this question if you've seen the director's cut, because in the movie they do mention Warren Valley, which is the fictional town that Trick or Treat takes place in. This movie was also written and directed by Michael Dougherty. There's even a scene where Max tries to calm down his cousins by offering some of his leftover Halloween candy. If you look in the box, you can actually see Sam Sucker from Trick or Treat. If you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews, please, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe.